video, I share tips that can help you make the right decision on the best province for you in Canada. But in this video, I'm going to be telling you the best part of my life about living in Toronto, Canada as a Black person. Hey friends, you're welcome back to my channel. I have experienced a tremendous amount of support from some of you because I made a post I think 2 weeks ago saying I have legit thought of quitting YouTube. I really thank you guys for your support, and I feel like I don't say thank you enough. I really appreciate you guys who left comments to say don't quit, I like your content. Well, if you like my content, please show your love and your support by subscribing and by sharing my videos, because a lot of work goes into creating content for you guys. The reason why I actually thought of quitting was because I put in a lot of effort to create content and I just don't feel like I'm getting enough back. Well, thank you guys for encouraging me. I'm not going anywhere. If this is your first time of being here, thank you so much for visiting my channel. My name is Titi Lola. I live in Toronto, Canada, where I just basically share my life experience as a Canadian immigrant, and I also provide tips that can help you move, settle and survive in Canada. So thank you for being here. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and also the bell button so that you make sure to get notified every time I post a brand new video. Thank you so much for that support. That's all I ask from you. Well, in this video I'm going to be sharing 3 things that makes my life in Toronto well worth it. Living in Toronto has its perks. For some it's good, for others it's not so good, but for me, I have to say Toronto has to be like the best place I have lived. I haven't really lived in any other place really since I've been in Canada for over 4 years now, but I have had the privilege of visiting a few cities actually in Canada, and I have to say really there is no place that compares to the vibe that I get in Toronto. So my first reason why Toronto is the best place for me is family. So when I came to Canada in 2016, my older sister had already been here long before me, so it was just very beautiful to be able to see my sister after about 8 years of not seeing her. We had a lot of catch up to play, and it was a very beautiful reunion for me right from the airport, and it just really made Canada feel like home for me. I think, you know, the presence of family does that to you, and settling in the first few months, because I came in the summer, wasn't so difficult because the weather was amazing. It was a beautiful new experience for me and I absolutely loved it. And my sister gave me a few advice, you know, from the airport. I'm going to be talking about some of the advice that she gave me in another video, but in this video I just wanted to really focus on the importance of family. So settling down, like I said, wasn't so difficult for me in the first few months, which I would say was my honeymoon phase. And then by December, January, yeah, like it hit the fan, you know, and things got really bad. I was depressed. I suffered from depression for a good few months, but it was very important that I had, you know, mental, physical, spiritual support, all kinds of support from my sister. She was just everything. Like I always tell her, even till today, I do not know what my life would have been without having her here. My sister gave me the basic information on what I needed to do as a newcomer. She let me know where to get information from so that I do not miss any opportunities that was available to me as a newcomer, because as a newcomer you have access to free resources, and unfortunately you don't really have people talking about these resources if you're not asking the right questions. So because she was once a newcomer, she was able to tell me some of these things, and it was just like first-hand information. I didn't need to stress. I didn't need to go on the computer day and night looking for information and stuff, you know, to help me settle. She was just there. She just gave me like the soft landing that I needed. My sister with her life taught me to be humble. Because like if I were to describe Canada, I would be like, Canada is the land flowing with milk and honey and everything will bow at my feet, you know. The world is going to come to me for everything because I'm beautiful, I have a master's degree, I'm smart, and this and I'm that. And my sister will be like, calm down. Who do you think you are? This is Canada. And her saying that is not in a mediocre way, because my sister is very ambitious. Like she's a go-getter. So it's not like she's saying calm down or be humble from a mediocre perspective, like, oh, don't do anything or anything like that. Like she was just really trying to tell me that, see, life is not really what you make it to be, you know. Here you have to come down from your high horse. Like you have to come down from your high horse and be objective about life. You have to set things in perspective, because if you're expecting things to come to you or happen to you the way I've sort of like planned it in my head, it's not going to happen that way. And my sister is a very humble person as well, and she really taught me to be humble by the way she lived her life. She's a very cheerful person. Everybody loves my sister. Like, you see me, you think I'm a happy, bubbly person, and then you meet my sister and you're like, oh, I think I like her better. And I like that vibe, because when I'm with people, especially like new people, I don't like to talk too much. But my sister, oh my God, she'll talk to you like she's known you for like 10 years. And it's always a good break for me, because I'm like, okay, thank God I can rest now. But like, I love my sister to pieces. She's amazing. I don't know what my life would have been like without her. And I really understand how difficult it is to make friends, you know, when you come, especially like if, like me, you did not have family. It's extremely difficult. I had difficulty, you know, making friends and getting into the dating scene as well. And because I know that it's very difficult to make friends, I created an Instagram page where you can actually like connect with people, make friends. I'm hoping that you're not too shy to slide into the DMs and, you know, smash the comment buttons and comment on people's pictures, and, you know, really just like start off conversations. So that Instagram page is called Let's Be Friends Canada, and we're having a first virtual meeting this Thanksgiving weekend. So this weekend is actually Thanksgiving here in Canada, and it's a wonderful time of the year. Like, Thanksgiving is very well celebrated here in Canada, and this year Thanksgiving is Monday, October 12th. And I'm hoping that, you know, if you're already here in Canada, you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's lovely to give thanks. I give thanks daily. I don't need to have Thanksgiving to celebrate, and that's why I'm not going to be doing anything this Thanksgiving other than, you know, spending time with my family, because it's a public holiday. Please follow us. It's Canada Connect. So it's called Canada Connect, but it's at Let's Be Friends Canada. Follow us, use our hashtags, and let's connect. Let's make friends. Let's make your settling down in Canada and making friends, you know, a lot more easier for you. Now, another importance of having my sister here in Canada was, you know, just seeing her relationship with her family and letting me use her as sort of like a template for my own, because I lived with her for over a year and I was able to see the love that was in that family. And, you know, I always told myself that, you know, I'll be doing myself a disservice if I settled for less. And I'm so grateful for where I am today, because really, family is a blessing. If you do not have family like me, having friends who are able to support you emotionally, spiritually, even financially, can be very, you know, helpful in settling. Another thing I would like to say is, if you're currently new in Canada and you're living with someone who is not in that, you know, healthy mind space yet because they're having difficulties, you know, themselves, you need to find that type of support, that joy from somewhere else. Because if you're living in a space that does not exactly help your mental health, it's going to impact you, you know, adversely. Now, the second thing that makes living in Toronto extremely fun for me, and why I think Toronto is the best place for me, is the people. I really love the whole multicultural vibe I get in Toronto. I like to see Black people. I'm not one of those African people who feel like, I don't like to be around Nigerians, or whenever Black people gather, there's always a problem. See, it's with everybody, you know, it's a personality thing. My friends, I love being around the friends I've made. Like, I do not have a lot of friends, but the ones I have, like, I just really love talking to my friends on the phone. It just makes me feel really good. Whenever Black people gather, it's always like really fun. Now, because I'm Nigerian, let me use this as an example. I've never met anyone who is non-Nigerian or non-African who says anything like, oh, Nigerians are stupid or anything. Like, you always hear them say things like, oh, Nigerians are smart, they are brave or resilient, they are very hardworking, they are creative. These are the types of things I hear. So, like, if you feel like being around people who are like you makes you feel the type of way, then you have to reassess, you know, the type of people or the type of groups or network that you're in, because like I said in my last video, chances are that you will get a job or your first job by recommendation. So if you're not in the right group, if you're not in the right network, then it doesn't really help you much, because right now the Nigerian community is getting really recognized. The Asian community is very strong here. The Chinese, the Indians, the Filipinos, like, these people are taking all over the place. So why can't you be amongst your own community? And for me, that's really exciting, because you don't have that many places in Canada where you have that many Black people. I was in Vancouver and there was a small meeting. It was a family wedding, right? So like after the wedding, there was a small meeting to congratulate the couples, and maybe there was like over 50 people there, or a little below, I don't know, but let's say on average 50 people gathered. And someone was talking and she said that in her how many years of living in Vancouver, it was a lot of years. She said this was her first time in the midst of this many Black people. I was like, you say what? I was like, no, this has to be a joke. And I'm like, nah, I can't live here. I have to see people who look like me. I love everybody, but I just like to see people who look like me, because there is a vibe, there is an energy that I get from them, you know, that's just special. So that's one thing that makes living in Toronto very exciting. There is no how I'm going to walk 2 seconds and I don't see Black people, you know, so I like that. The third and final thing that makes me really excited about living in Toronto, why I love it so much, is the fact that I love my food. Like, I love food. So like, if you really know me, I love my husband, I love my family, but I also love food. Like, my husband knows me. If you buy me food, I don't know, I'm not a handbag or a shoes kind of person. Like, if you buy me those things, it doesn't really matter to me, but buy me food. Whoo. When I was dating, the first thing I would always let the poor guy know is that whenever you see me, you have to feed me. It's not like I'm always hungry. It's just, I'm not happy myself, but I'm a great cook. I can cook my food. I'm never lacking for food, but I just like good food that I did not cook. And like this, I think that's my love language. Like, just forget it. Food has to be my love language. I'm not a glutton, but like, and I'm very particular when it comes to food. So it's not like, oh, I see food on the street, I want to eat, or yum 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 yum. No, that's not me. But like good, nicely made food, and my taste bud is like really local. So I love my Nigerian food. And the reason why I love, you know, the idea of having access to all kinds of food in Toronto is, again, back to my second point, the multi-diversity. And the fact that there are lots of Nigerian grocery stores in Toronto, there are lots of Nigerian restaurants in Toronto, because me and my African food, we are one. You cannot separate me. Like, I remember last year when we were in Vancouver, we're only there for like 5 days, but by the next day I was asking where the Nigerian restaurant was, and for the life of me, they didn't know. And I was just like, man, I cannot survive in this place eating Greek food or Malaysian food or Chinese food. Nah, oh my God, I was dying. Like, fam, I so badly wanted to cook, but I could not even find the ingredients. I was dying. Like, that's just me. I love the idea of having access to food whenever I crave, because that's me. I crave for something, I want to eat it. So that'll be all for this video. I just really wanted to tell you guys why I really love Toronto, and if you're like me, then you'll find Toronto very exciting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some of you who will be joining me. Please leave me a message. You can send me a message on Instagram. You can send me an email as well. Let's just talk. Let's just build that connection before you get here, or if you're already here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share this video to your family and your friends. And also leave me a comment in the comment section. I'm always excited to chat with you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.